Hi everybody, this is Gail, and I'm hoping that you can see my screen here. I have our class up in the new Halo program, which I'm still trying to decide if this is good or bad, an upgrade or a downgrade. But guess what? It is ours. Um, so we will now work with it. And I wanted to go through with you our first assignment and make introductions. First off, my name's Gail Tucker. My telephone number here in Montana is a Kansas number, just to confuse you more, because I'm originally a Kansas girl. So that is 785-303-0119. This is a fairly small class, and I like to hear from you guys. I like you to know that I'm available. I'm very much your teacher. I'm a live person, not a bot. So send me a text here in the next week and say hi. So you have my phone number, I have yours. So be sure and put your name on there, and I'll click in as a contact. Also, once I'm your instructor, I'm your instructor for life. So if you need references or you need help with something, or you just need a cheerleader in your corner, a pep talk someday, feel free. I am a retired nurse after 30 years, a nurse practitioner for 10 years. I'm now 55. I've lived in Montana for going on 6 years now, and I'm changing my career. This is my second career. So I've been attending Liberty University, that's over in Virginia, for pastoral counseling with a focus on addiction. So I'm going to hopefully be an addiction counselor sometime next month. I'll graduate this month. So while you guys are going to school, I'm going to school too. And I'm also teaching. I've taught for GCU since a long time. I've taught there twice, so this is my second round, and I probably started this in 2013, 2015. I was a full bird professor, and as I retired from nursing, I became adjunct because to teach nursing, you have to have a nursing license, which I don't carry one anymore. So this is what we do. I teach HCA 699, which is the last class in the HCA program. So I'm hoping to see many of you guys there. That's your final project, your evidence-based project. I teach a statistics course. That's just wild for me to even think that I do that. That was not ever my thing. But we get through it and we have fun. And then I teach this networking and professionalism course. So let's get to it. I put an announcement out there about I gotta watch the time. I only have 15 minutes. I put an announcement out there about how I do DQs and participation scoring. So there are generally, not every week, I think in this class. This one's a little funky because it's a shorter class, but generally there's 2 DQs per week, as you guys know. And I require that you answer each DQ by the due date, and you will get nicked off 10% per day. Have to do it, GCU policy, if it's not there. And sometimes I grade early, so beware. Like the day after's due, I'm out there plugging away grades. So get it in there. Each DQ answer should be 300 words, and you should have 2 scholarly references. Scholarly is a peer-reviewed journal. So if you go through GCU Library, you'll generally get full text. If you do Google Scholar, you will sometimes get full text, but there's a lot of ownership on these. And so usually Sage or all different people own these now, and you have to pay for them. But you can certainly start your Google, your search through Google to identify your titles, then go to the GCU library and find it there in full text. So that is one way to do a scholarly reference. And a scholarly reference, again, is peer-reviewed journals. So these are your scientific journals. They are peer-reviewed. Whenever, like if I was to submit an article, they are not just going to publish it off the bat, unless maybe it's an editorial, and still several people will look at it. But when you submit a scientific article, which is a research article generally, they are going to have 3 to 4 people that are your peers in the area look over that article. They will want you to do some edits. They will look at your science and see if it's sound. before they ever publish it. And that's why you always want a peer-reviewed journal article. You don't want to go to family practice on the web. These articles are designed generally for lay people. They're not necessarily peer-reviewed, even though a doctor or a nurse may write them. And so they can put anything out there. They can even put opinion out there. So you want rock hard science to back up anything in your papers and also your DQ answers. So two DQ answers a week, 300 words piece, 2 scholarly references. And do the best to get an APA. It's kind of wonky trying to do it with hanging indents and stuff in this forum. Then the other thing you need to do is answer 3 of your classmates with just 150 words. You can do that in your sleep, and they don't have to be referenced. That gives you a total of 5 posts per week, and that gets you your 20 participation points. Okay. Then every week, just about, I think every week, they change these classes up on me a bit. And honestly, I haven't looked ahead to the next ones. I'm just looking today at this one, but generally every week you will have a paper due. This week is professional standards of practice. It is asking you to identify 3 disciplines within healthcare and to go to their websites and look up their standards. So nursing, for example, and the one I'm most familiar with, there are several sites that professional organizations for nurses, and there's several professional organizations for nurse practitioners. So choose one of the professional organizations, and then you go there for them, respiratory therapists, for physicians if you want, the AMA, American Medical Association. Almost every professional in healthcare has their own professional if not more than one organization. So you go there and they will have some standards of practice, and that's what they're wanting you to look at. Choose 3 disciplines, 3 different professions in healthcare. Go to one of their professional websites, look for their standards, and we're going to talk about them. And then it also asks you to say how their standards are set and reviewed. It may say so on the website. You may need to Google it and find it otherwise, and it may also be in your textbook. Generally, there's a board that sets these. It's not just one person, and they are peer reviewed within the board, the board being the peers. And they're reviewed, if not annually, every few years or so. And who's responsible for setting these standards and how they're reviewed? Well, if it's standards for a state nursing organization, they set them. If it's a national nonprofit nursing organization, professional organization, they set them. Each entity sets their own. And then identify a current issue in the healthcare industry and explain how each chosen discipline applies its specific standards to address the issue. So I was brainstorming a little before I started this, and there are plenty of issues out there right now that they may have even issued a special release standard for this. One would be the pandemic. One might be for burnout and mental health and healthcare professionals in that professional organization. One may be turnover. There's a variety of hot topics right now, or you can choose a not hot topic, but it has to be some type of current issue in healthcare. So that is what we've got for your paper. APA is required in the paper. I do not require a running head. That went out with the latest APA edition. But if you want to put one there because you've just been doing it for 20 years like me, that's fine. You don't have to do a table of contents. You do need page numbers in the right upper hand corner. You need in-text citations, and every in-text citation should have a corresponding reference on the reference page, which is a separate page. I'm kind of going over the things that I usually see. Some people will list all their references and like tons of them, but they only have 2 in-text citations. So for each one, you have to have a correlating in-text citation. You don't need to put on your reference page if you don't have it cited in your paper. When I see the citation within the text of your paper, then I can look down and see where exactly you got it from. And the link should be something that I can click on and go directly to the article. Somebody will just give me the general home page of that website. I don't want that. I don't want to have to search for the article. I want to go exactly to where you went and see the article. So in many of these classes, I feel like for the first half of the class, if not more, I'm really teaching a lot of writing and teaching a lot of APA, which is time well spent because you guys have several classes yet ahead of you. And I want to make sure that those are as painless as possible. So sometimes we just spend a lot of time on that. And you will find my comments in Lopes right, as well as in the rubric when you have your first paper graded. And I tend to focus a lot on that in the beginning of the class once I see that you're adept at this, that you're not a novice at it, that you're higher up there, you're doing well at it. I will focus less on that towards the end of the class. So I think that that's all we have for today. Just be safe out there if you're in healthcare. Try to take time for yourself and meditation and prayer. Take care of yourself as we try to get through this pandemic. And I don't want you guys to burn out on the jobs that you love, the professions that you love and have dedicated your lives to. So keep going and encourage those around you. And if you need anything, please text or call me. I'm very open to that. If I don't answer, I'm busy, but I will call you or text you back, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.